What's up, everybody? It is another episode of Good Brothers Media Podcast right here at Churchill Smoke Shop. And as always, it's Friday night. It's ladies' night. We're back on a Friday night. We have been changing up a little bit. But again, as always, remember to just, man, come and sit with us. And as always, I got my right-hand man, my partner in crime, Mr. P. Powell to the third Powell, Mr. Preston Powell the third.
What's going on, Chad? It's always good to be back with the good brothers here on another Friday on the Hill. Smoking this week. What you smoking first, Chad? What you smoking on? I think you
Got
that
a flathead
flathead, huh?
770. Yeah.
That's a popular stick here. I'm
Oh, yeah.
smoking the actually the cigar of the week, the Rocky Patel 1999 vintage 1999. This comes in a series. There's a 90, 92, and they concluded the series in 99. It's a Connecticut, with a buttery, toasty taste with a 7-year Connecticut leaf around it. We're gonna fire this thing up, and I've already smoked. This is one of my go-to sticks when we have it into the shop. So it wasn't all, when I saw that it was put as a cigar of the week this week, I said, well, I'm smoking this on the Good Brothers podcast.
Welcome back to Churchill Smoke Shop Cigar of the Week. This week's cigar is a Rocky Patel Vintage 99. The wrapper is a Connecticut 99. The binder is Nicaraguan. The filler is Dominican and Nicaraguan. This cigar has been aged for 7 years, and some people even say it has a peppery type taste. Me personally, I like the cigar. It smokes pretty well, and I think you guys should come down to Churchill Smoke Shop and get you one. See you next week.
There it is.
It's smooth, tastes good. It's a medium build, and it changes a couple of times as you smoke it. So I'm gonna sit here and enjoy this as we chop it up with the Good Brothers today on this good. I'm about to say Good Friday, but it is a Good Friday because the Good Brothers together.
That's what I'm talking about.
There you go.
That's right.
But Chad, before we got on, you was hit with news that me and you didn't even know about. I didn't even know about this old Keke Palmer situation as far as with
Man.
her, baby
A
daddy.
baby daddy.
Yeah, all this,
That shit's sad, man.
But
sad.
With that being said, we already saw the video for the cigar. We're gonna find we'll probably insert the whole situation here so you get to see it.
Lock his ass up. Lock his ass up. You're going to jail. You're going to jail. Lock his ass up. Lock his ass.
Now, with all that being said, Chad, what's your take on the new development in this story? Because it's been going on since the first time he tweeted about her wearing those revealing clothes being a mother.
Well, what this is a grand lesson of communication. And one thing with a lot of relationships, especially relationships with people of color, but of people of color in the spotlight, there's a fractured dynamic when you talk about the communication piece in relationships.
Uh-huh.
So basically what you got was one person went one level, somebody went that way, then old boy went to the upper extreme and put his hands on a female. And I don't condone putting your hands on a female. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Being a child of domestic violence, I do not condone that bullshit. Hey, old boy, you is a whole ass punk.
I had said that earlier that, trying to explain it, but you're all right. At the end of the day, because I was trying to come from the angle of the level of humiliation he had to feel after the text. Everybody slammed him for that. Then she took it to the next level of doing the video of her and Usher. But that's still, there's never a reason you put your hands on a woman. If you gotta put your hands on her, you need to leave.
Right, but at the same time, no, why are you airing this out on social media in front of all these followers that you wouldn't have gotten if it didn't other than Keke? Right. I'm sorry, Mom, if you watching this, I'm sorry.
But you real talk though, man. You saying that 100% because that it should never come to putting your hands on somebody. And that right there, he crossed the line that, you can never win that. It's like fighting a handicapped kid. You can't win that. No matter what the outcome is, it's not going to be good for you.
But here's the thing, though. This woman chose you. She can have anybody she wants to. Keke Palmer fine as hell. You know what I'm saying?
But that's another level of it. I mean, when you choose to date somebody in that industry, in that ilk, that comes with it. I mean, what can you say? It comes with it.
But what
I
it
mean,
also shows is the level of insecurity of individuals
oh
who
yeah,
date these social media starlights. If I say I put it that manner,
right.
and especially not only the level of insecurity, but also trying to maintain a certain machismo to say I'm the man or I got control of the situation when you really don't. Because
Yeah.
nine times out of 10, a woman not gonna be submissive to a man who's a punk.
Well, that's true. That is true. There's no way. There's no way around that. I mean, we got too many examples of that. And
Right.
the foundation of a lot of these, I was telling Harp this when they were first talking to us about it. I said first you got to start. A lot of these guys don't come from a good enough foundation that they know. They don't know how to address these kind of concerns. I mean, I literally thought they broke up, so I thought that was over with. I mean, he broke up, going about your way,
I
she
did
going
too.
her way.
I mean,
Well,
but it all now, not to cut you off, but now watch this. At the same time, what you also see is another dynamic of individuals choosing mates that often they end up being with mates that treat them a certain type of way because that's what they're used to.
big facts. And let's be honest, a lot of, especially when it comes to women, when they choose people, they have an expectation of a guy, but then they constantly choosing a different guy and wondering why they get those results. You see certain things. I made a joke one day. We were sitting here in the shop. I forgot who said it. Somebody, she was around our age. She was around my age. 'Cause I'm older than you, Chad. And she said, well, God gonna bring me. God gonna get somebody for me. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, wait a minute now. You passed 50. You waiting on God. You might as well be waiting on Jesus. Because
To come take your ass home.
yeah. Look. Here's the reality. And this to all my female smokers and females who love the Good Brothers podcast. There's nowhere in the Bible that God prepares a man for a woman. He always prepares a woman for a man. So I would suggest if you are looking for that, whatever you're looking for, whatever you think you deserve, ask yourself what does that woman do for that kind of man?
Look at the
And,
Book of Ruth.
and you'll figure it out. Once you figure that out, the odds of you getting them is going to increase.
Look at the Book of Ruth now. But it does do this though. The Bible does teach a man how to talk to a woman.
Oh yeah, you're right. But
The Song of Solomon does that.
but what it also says is better for a man to live in the corner of the attic than deal with a quarrelsome woman. you know,
Right.
no, you can't be hyper aggressive and expect to have these other things go on. And there's no excuse, like you said, for him touching her, putting his hands on her. But you had to know that after that video with her and Usher. Now I'll be honest with you. I thought he was in on it. I thought there was an opportunity because they came out with the song right after. I said, okay, they're playing the Hollywood game. They hot. They marketing it. They got it out there, and let's see what's happening. I mean, I thought it was all they thing, but yeah, because like
Yeah,
okay,
Usher had an ulterior motive on.
yeah, well, yeah.
Usher had a plan. Usher had a plan. Da 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 da.
But here's the thing, though, Chad, and you come tell me about the mental aspect of this. That stuff gonna manifest itself in some kind of way. When you get emasculated in front of the world, look at Will Smith. Look what happened to him. Man up there about to win an Oscar. He's been emasculated in front of the whole world. Dude making fun of like, so what did he do? He go walk on stage and slap somebody. You would have never thought that in a million years that he would do something so fucking stupid.
Because you know what it goes back to?
Uh-huh.
It goes back to the slave mentality. Think about how white folks did black men back in the gap.
Yeah. Yeah. What else?
Think about how they taught them feathers, but now it goes back to ego and bravado.
Yeah.
You're not gonna play me weak.
Right. And they don't know how to manifest that to not being weak. They'll do it to the point where they are it comes out in these kind of ways instead of knowing how to deal with it as a man. Like
communicate.
Yeah.
And see, that's the thing.
There's no reason. There's
Go
no
ahead.
reason for no. That's good. There's no reason for you ever put your hands on a woman ever.
Right. But again, that's the fractured piece in relationships with especially people of color. We don't know how to talk to one another.
That's true.
First of all, most men and women don't know how to be friends with one another. So, it's all about the main objective is to always create a line of communication that's conducive for positive social interaction.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
No, you're 100%
And
right.
and open lines of communication. And that's the bottom line. If you always gonna cuss her out, she gonna shut down, and vice versa.
Right. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. You're 100% right because the
Yeah,
reality is, damn near 100% of problems can be solved by just talking about it. Tell me what you think. I tell you what I think. Nobody take it personally, and let's move on. Let's move to the next phase. Life is simple, like we always say.
right. I mean, it's very simple, but we make it so hard.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. So, wait, what you about to say?
That's because a lot of times it's all about proving points, but sometimes proving a point is pointless.
Real talk. Real talk. I mean, what did you? I didn't mean to ask you this last week. What did you thought about the list ladies came out with of uh, where not to take a woman on a first date?
First of all, hell, you ain't got to go. Second of all, hell, your ass gonna eat.
I
I
figured
like Waffle
you.
House. I like Waffle House. I like Taco Bell sometimes. Yeah, I can't eat
Right.
it all the time no more. I like good salad now. This shit
Oh,
what is it, 2 for 20?
yeah.
Man, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do all that.
Right, right, right.
You know, you
Yeah,
ain't got to go. I found somebody else to go.
man, this stuff is, man. That's why I always like to bring stuff up like this to you because this shit coming across like a mental illness to me. Like, I be thinking to myself, like, that's crazy. But do people actually believe that? Some of this stuff, people actually believe that, if you don't go spend $300 on me on a date, you're not attractive. I don't know you.
But my whole thing is, why in the hell I'm gonna spend $300 on a date when hell we can go to Jerk City Grill somewhere and spend about 60
And
and
have
eat
a
for 3 days. You know what I'm
hey,
saying?
look, that food do be good, man. If
You know what I'm saying?
you're ever in Texas,
Go to corner market, get a couple of places to eat at Smith Park.
yeah,
You know what I'm
that's yeah,
saying?
yeah. And, I didn't know about Jerk City Grill until Tad put me on to it, man. I live out north, and I had to ride all the way west, but I rode out there to get it, and man, he right. I ate off that for like 2 days.
See what I'm talking about? That's my guy. Shout out to Jerk City Grill.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. That's good. Got the oxtails. Yeah, that was good. You can't defeat it. But yeah, you're right. I mean it just amazed me the things they had on there, like sporting events. Like you wouldn't want to go. If I say, hey, I'm from New Orleans, let's go down to a Pelicans game. You wouldn't want to go to a Pelicans game, especially
Right.
knowing
I
that I
mean,
played basketball. So it's just some of the things that didn't make no sense on the list.
sometimes the simple things in life are the most exquisite. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Or how about just go on a Subway, get a couple of sandwiches, and go to the reservoir and sit down and feed the ducks and shit.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. You said that sound like when you said it, I didn't catch it till I just thought about it again. You said go buy some plates and go sit down and have lunch at Smith Park. That
Yeah,
yeah, that's somebody who is interested in getting to know you. Because let's be
exactly.
honest, if I break out off the rock and take you to Root Chris and drop 3 stacks, yeah, who house we spend the night at?
Yeah.
'Cause
You're
look,
gonna have a crusted spot in the middle of your back. I'm just saying.
right. Like I don't know what you asking for. I don't know what you asked for. You see that you talk about surfing turf. Oh, okay.
But the main thing, I like to eat too. Shit, look at me, I don't miss many meals, but
Mhm.
come on, bro. You know,
That's wild.
I've had a chance. Just of course, Chris, you've been doing this a long time.
Well,
I've had a chance to eat at nice
oh
restaurants and
yeah,
stuff. Matter of fact, take a chick to Denny's right there on the Albertville, New Orleans.
yeah.
and get a half platter, and that feed 2 people, and it's like what, 27.50,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a lot of food. Or get a whole platter and take that home. Now don't eat them oysters. You gonna eat them now. But you know what I'm saying? Come on,
Right.
bro. Like, dude,
Yeah.
the way social media has allowed people to create these platforms
Yeah.
and to create on these expectations that are not. Come on now.
Not real.
Yeah.
You said it, but it's actually social. I've seen people give some people some of the worst dating advice. Like if he offered to take you this place, don't go on a date with him. Like people like coffee
Yeah.
dates. If you want to get to know somebody, that's the ideal spot. No
That's it.
expectation. Go meet him for coffee. That way, if you're not interested in the guy, you can walk
Man, you
out of
could take
there.
somebody to Vicksburg
Uh,
and go sit on the riverfront.
right, right. It's just
Just sit there and chill and talk, then go to the rooftop. You
mhm.
know what I'm saying? And maybe enjoy, a $30, $40 meal that you want to spend. Or better yet, I'm going to see Miss Susie and get some soul food and get some of them good candy yams and collard greens and that baked chicken.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't take that much.
right, right.
It's the thought of it. You know what I'm saying? And go get a daiquiri. That's why I love my New Orleans so much. Man, there's so much you can do and not have to tax and be taxed like that.
Well, I mean, I don't think most New Orleans women, if I can separate them from some of that social media stuff, growing up there, I didn't see a lot of you had to take me to this place to show me you cared about me.
Man, I'm telling
I
you about
didn't
New
get
Orleans
to
woman.
that.
Look, I love a good New Orleans woman, baby. It leads from Elysian Fields all down the Veterans to the mall. One thing they want you to do is do what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it. That's it.
And
Anybody
they have some of the most beautiful women in the world.
say no more. Ain't about what size you are, what color you are. That's about how you
Yeah,
treat
it's how you treat them. That's what you should worry about more. Because fast money comes with slow problems, and most women seem on social media don't seem to grasp that.
them. Right.
Fast money comes with slow problems. And this is gonna be a good night because this is smoking real good for me right now.
Mine is too, baby. That's
And Chad
770
Chad
big block.
Chad brought the Tito's in.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I can't say that me and Johnny sat up here drunk some Noble Oak. I think last week
Oh
some
my lord.
bourbon. Yeah, and I just like it's about 3 glasses of it. I had to call in early and I had to go home. Like, hey man, gotta go.
Hey, it be like that sometimes.
I was getting toasted. I was like, hey, like nah, man, I gotta go. I gotta go home. I gotta go home before I start having bad thoughts.
And they're all having bad thoughts sometimes,
Oh
man.
man, that's all right. But man, it's being that we kind of winding down to we passed the halfway point of the NFL season. I mean, everybody thought the game of the week was the Cowboy Philly game. You saw the Cowboy Philly game?
You said the Cowboys and who?
Philly in Philadelphia.
Ah man, Dak finna get traded.
Dak played well that game, man. He
They,
played
they
well.
still finna get traded though. They finna get traded.
I think they. Yeah, I mean,
They
at the
finna
end
get
of the
traded.
day,
I watched the game, man. Great game, bro.
yeah,
Dak balled out now.
yeah.
Dak balled out. Dak most definitely balled out, but he gonna
And,
get traded.
and if y'all didn't know, Dak is part of the Good Brothers Committee. He's been here at Churchill several times.
That's right.
Mississippi State guy, good Louisiana guy from the boot,
Well,
like everybody else. But
yeah, it's going down to the wire. I'm looking forward to see these underdogs.
mhm.
Make some noise and see the big dogs at the top gonna stay at the top. So what they gonna do? How they gonna do it?
Look, one more thing before we get off the NFL is your guy,
Who?
C.J. Stroud.
Hey man, I'm so proud. Man, I'm so
Quarterback out
proud.
there.
Man, I'm so
Yeah,
proud,
y'all
bro.
got something there.
I'm so
Y'all
proud.
got something y'all can build off of that.
And here's what it shows the NFL.
Uh-huh.
You can take your intelligence test, that Wonderlic test, and wipe your ass with it. And as you flush that thing down the toilet, you go on the toilet with it too.
Yeah. You think Carolina having second thoughts? Because you know they were
Yep,
him and home.
I know they are. I know they are. And, and it's amazing with CJ, like you said, it's on the build around. And I'm a Houston Texas fan.
Yeah.
They lose some tough games. They're not losing.
Every game tough. Yeah, they beat us. They
They're
beat
not
State.
losing the games like they used to.
Yeah, they every game they've been in. They've been in.
They are really competitive.
And but he had the game of his life last weekend. He balled
Right.
out. He balled out.
Did you say, wait a minute, that last drive?
Yeah. I'm telling you, the biggest thing I saw that last drive. Who was that? Was that the cornerback? I think it was the cornerback they were interviewing after the game. And the cornerback was saying, we knew CJ was going to do it. And when you got your teammates on the other side of the ball praising you like that, saying like, hey, you that guy, we following you, that tell you all you need to know right there.
And
he
hit every read the right way. And that read to score the touchdown.
Yeah.
I was watching football with some of the fellas, and before he was on the ball, I said touchdown. He do that post route right there, man, in the end zone. Really no time left on the clock. Hey, you cannot beat that. That's what dreams are made of, and that's what you work for. And CJ Stroud, we're proud. You keep doing your thing, brother.
Yeah, he doing it. I got to give him credit. He's shown that so far. He's shown he's the premier of that draft class. I think Bryce gonna be all right. I think Bryce has a skill level that's good, but I think the thing with Bryce being that his size, he needs a Sean Payton, and he's like if I'm Bryce Young this offseason, the first thing I do is call Drew Brees.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Talk to Drew Brees. Like
Drew Brees or what you call it?
Who's that?
My guy from Tampa Bay, New England.
Oh,
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, yeah. Yeah, well, shit, anybody call Tom Brady. Even like Drew got that extra special treatment with Tom Brady. So, I mean, but yeah. But I'm telling you, you call Drew Brees as a guy. Now, Drew is bigger than Bryce. I've met Drew. Drew, I'm 6 foot. And I'm a little bit tall. I'm bigger than Drew. But, but Drew, he's right at 6 foot. He's about 5'11". But Bryce is about a good 5'10" and a half. Bryce is smaller than Drew. And he got Drew ain't no shorty. Because Drew can dunk.
But see, Drew is very athletic too. But the main thing about Drew is that he's very cerebral, and he's able to read and recognize and make those on-site adjustments very quickly, and then check out, and then check back in to the right calls and right formations against what the defense is giving him. That's what made Drew Brees one of the greatest quarterbacks ever played in the NFL.
Well, speaking from the football standpoint, with your football knowledge, one thing I thought that Drew Brees can teach Bryce is from that size standpoint, how to find your throwing lane.
Oh yeah.
Because if you ever watch Drew Brees, he step up on his toes when he throws. Now you might not be able to teach that technique, but you can at least help Bryce figure out, like, hey man, you have to find your throwing lane. Find your throwing lane so you can get the ball out of there.
It's no difference than somebody playing basketball, shooting free throws and finishing up on their tip of toes to follow through with their shot. Right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
The only difference is throwing as a quarterback throwing the ball, you twerking and you throwing it with more force. No, the movement has more force than shooting a free throw.
Right. Because I mean, Bryce got touch. But you're not gonna in the NFL. You're not gonna find people wide open like that all the time. I mean, you got to throw them up. That's one thing about Drew Brees when he played for the Saints, that he threw the ball in a spot where gave you a chance to get it as his receiver. But he threw it where the odds of being intercepted were minimal. So you gotta find that throwing lane.
But also, he played in the system where there was a lot of timing.
Right. Yeah. That's always big. That's always big.
And Drew Brees threw it on time too.
Yeah. I mean, I go Jerome Payton. I'll never forget when Aaron Brooks. Now I say this before we get out of here. Aaron Brooks, when he was playing for the Saints, when we just started winning, Jerome Payton was one of our receivers. So my brother's a comedian, so we were at the Monkey Hill Bar in New Orleans, and Jerome Payton's there. So we sat down. We all sat at the same table. Me and Jerome were talking, and he talked about how playing with Aaron was different from playing with Peyton. I said, "What's the biggest difference?" He said, "Well, Aaron is so athletic and so talented that when we playing, he play like Sandlot, where he back there moving around. He see you open, you throw your hand up, and he throw it to you there." He said, "Peyton is methodical. You run your route. When you come out that break, the ball will bust you in the head if you ain't paying attention." So everybody, and Peyton, he said everybody had to run their routes. You know how sometimes you see, make fun of Randy Moss for this. They used to say you can always tell when Randy Moss not gonna get the ball because the way he come off the line. He wasn't gonna hustle. He said with Peyton you couldn't do that because Peyton got so many reads and he tried to go through all of them. So if you come out,
and we'll go through all of them.
Yeah, if you come out that break and you're not paying attention, that ball gonna whisk by you or hit you in the face, or something like that. He said, if you running the out, he said when you hit that corner, boom, that ball was there. Your hands got to be up. So it's just
Exactly.
That's what I think. Somebody like Bryce. I saw because I watched the game with CJ last weekend, and I was like, yeah, he's showing signs that he could be that dude. At least 5-10 years.
And I think he will be. Like I said, I'm very proud, and he's very, it's the innate ability to be able to see what others don't see, but understanding where everybody should be. So you throw into a spot. Thank you, sir. You throw into a spot. If you know that last drive, did you see he kept throwing the spots?
Yeah.
That touchdown pass was to a spot.
Yeah.
As soon as he broke, ain't that what Payton do?
Yeah, it is.
Or Payton did? Ain't that what us? Let me go back to the golden great Bobby Abel.
The Cajun Cannon.
You know what I'm saying? And I love him, man. I used to watch Saints football because of Bobby Abel.
Yeah.
Hell, for real.
Yeah, he on the radio now. He been cussing up a storm.
That's my guy right there.
Yeah, Bobby was that dude.
Exactly. So, those innate things that can't be taught. And again, shame on NFL for trying to shame him because he couldn't pass a certain type of test, but he's passing the test on game day. That's all that matters to me.
Hey, before we get out of here, let's give a shout out to your guy, Chad. Shout out to TC Taylor.
Man, Coach Taylor, my teammate.
Here's the thing. For all the talk with Prime left and everything like that, and you had the game against Texas Southern. I mean, not Texas Southern, but Florida A&M, where the second half, they played the second half like they played the first half. If they played the first half, they played the second half, they probably won that game. But he's guaranteed Jack State another good winning season.
Right.
And they performed.
But I told you. I said I could see us going 8-3.
Yeah.
And some of the losses we had, I called out early in the podcast season.
Yeah. But hey, I think the people should be proud and be happy with what we got, what we got here in Jackson now.
Man, it should be.
It should be
a Jackson State product.
Yeah.
Who's proven. Yeah. A Jackson State product who's invested. A Jackson State product who loves the program and wants to see the program grow. And has the opportunity to be one of the greatest coaches that ever come through Jackson State as well. If he chooses to stay here for a while and build it and grow it,
right.
And it's the way he feel like he should go, that's a great opportunity for him to be the next W.C. Gore, the next Big Daddy.
Right.
And just do it on his own terms.
And he will win because he's showing you right now he will win. That's all you need. He will win. But that being said, Chad, man, let's go ahead. Good brothers, Good Friday. This week was the Rocky Patel Vintage 1999 medium build cigar, smoking great. Chad is smoking at 770.
770 big block.
Yeah,
from big block
from CAO.
That's right.
We're gonna smoke this. I'm gonna come back over down there with Chad at get a little bit more Tito's and see what the Friday night brings.
That's right.
With that being said, don't forget to like, subscribe, give me comments and tell us what you think about the subject tonight, and grab something to smoke, grab you a cocktail, and get your weekend started. And happy Veterans Day to all the veterans and people like that. We appreciate your service.
We appreciate you guys. Salute. And again, you want to come talk with us, man? Come sit with the church here. We'll see you in the link. You want to get online with us, okay?
Sounds good.
Till next time, y'all.
See you later. Peace.